Hello, people of the internet. Welcome to Pete's Media Reviews, and here we have another movie review. It's not a Marvel one this time. It's Hard Times, starring Charles Bronson and James Coburn, two class actors, of course. Hard Times was also known as the Street Fighter in some regions, and I did have a copy of it as the Street Fighter on VHS back in the day. You remember VHS? And I got Hard Times when it went to DVD. I couldn't get a 4K version, but I did get Blu-ray, which is not bad, I suppose. So I got a Blu-ray version of it. I watched it again, although I didn't need to. I can practically recite it line for line, but it was an excuse. It was an excuse to do that, right? Okay, so that's good. Let's just get on with it then. Before we do, if you're new to this channel, please do consider subscribing and hitting that bell button if you want to see future videos such as this. I review all things. At the moment, I'm having a movie review period. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, I review the storyline, the categories of storyline, acting, production, personal enjoyment, and replayability. Then I give an overall score out of 50, because each section is scored out of 10. Okay? Alright, so first of all on the list is a storyline. Hard Times 8. A cracking story set in the 20s, and the depression of America really was hard times back then, and this movie really depicts that in the story. It's great because it doesn't give you loads and loads of context like they do these days. A lot of it is left to your own mind and your own thoughts. Where did this guy come from? Did he come from prison? Is he on the run? Or whatever. What's his goals in life? That's left up to you, and I like that in a movie. And this was a different time of movie making as well, and I like those times. Acting, well, with James Coburn and Charles Bronson and several other good actors. Again, an 8. Really good acting from everyone concerned. I suppose the least talented actor in it, possibly Jill Ireland, possibly, but that was his wife, and he got her involved, and that's fair play. And she wasn't bad; it was pretty good, but there are better, But but overall, 8, because fantastic. Production 7. Not as hard, I suppose, back then to go back to the 20s, because it was a long time ago anyway, so a little bit easier, not as big of a gap as it would be, say, today. They weren't very expensive sets, though, but they were good and relevant. I particularly liked the cage fight scene. That was good in the factory there. Typical sets with the shellfish factory, where they used to shell the fish. You had a few boat scenes or ferry scenes, and the driving in the countryside, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it wasn't bad, but we'll give that a 7 for production. Moving on to personal enjoyment, then. Well, for me, don't forget, this is a subjective thing. It's a 9. I love this film. Got me through some hard times of my own back in the day. Really did. What I liked about it was the fact that these tough guy, mafia types, money lenders and all the rest of it, villainesque people, they all had such good manners and respect for one another, They were very well spoken, very well dressed, and I loved that. Replayability, 9. I will watch this movie over and over and over again. It's right up there. I would say, well, we'll come on to that. Overall score then, that brings it to a massive 41 out of 50. Easily the best movie I've reviewed so far, in my opinion. You got to like the subject matter as well, which is obviously hard times and street fighting, bare knuckle fighting back in the day, getting by any way you can. Everybody's out trying to make a buck here and there, scraping by. It's just, it was perfect. I just loved it. But yeah, so 41 out of 50 for Hard Times. Don't forget that subscribe and bell button. You want to. And thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll see you on another one. Bye for now. Bye-bye.